Hey everyone, welcome to part 4 of the Fruit Survival Game Dev Journey. Okay, so today I think we're gonna try to do things a little differently. Um, I'm just starting to stream, right? Like it's only my 4th week of streaming. To find my niche and find the way that I want to do those streams, right? To me, it's not exactly clear what's a formula that's gonna make the streams, as interesting as possible. So I will be experimenting with stuff. I've already added background music and like a bunch of stuff. That's cool. But I feel like basically what I'm trying to say right now is that in the past week, or at least since last stream, Monday's stream, um, I thought about the streams and the way they are and how to make them more interesting and if they're interesting as is. And I do think that and you'll see it from me, I'll try to make the streams not like go faster, but like the game dev itself, I feel like it is kind of slowed down. Okay. I also feel like I'm not streaming as often as I would like to, and it's partly because of schoolwork, but it's also because since I'm speaking every single time during the streams, I can't really stream at later hours of the day and stuff like that. I'm in an apartment, there's other people around. I have my partner that goes to sleep pretty early and stuff like that. But I would like to be able to stream. If I'm awake and I'm doing stuff, why couldn't I stream, right? If I want to advance a project. So basically, I might be trying out some like quote-unquote silent streams. And by that, what I really mean is I'm gonna leave the music on during the stream, but I might just be developing like by myself and not explaining at all what I'm doing. Not a stream of the week. Streams of the week are still going to be streams where I speak and stuff like that. But I might try to do some, ASMR coding streams, basically. And I'll see if my mic is good enough for that, but I can put my mic open close to my keyboard, and my keyboard does do a lot of noise when I type. Like if I do some random typing like this. I don't know if you guys can hear, but yeah, my keyboard does makes a lot of noise. So I could try to do some of those streams to be able to fit more streams in my schedule, which would help the development go faster, right? One other thing that I would like to do is even during the normal streams, right? Like the stream of the week and stuff like that, I do feel like I'm not advancing enough in my code. Because, in the first place, I'm more so trying to do personal projects and showing it to people than just entertaining people, right? And well, even if I tried to entertain people, not gonna lie, me trying to explain the nitty-gritty of everything is kind of boring. Plus, I struggle to find my words sometime, and it can just make an explanation be very long for no reason. Like the current one. No, it's not overly long, this one, but basically what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna explain less like every line of code or something. Like I'm gonna explain less. I'm just gonna say what I do. And if someone ends up watching me, right? If you are a viewer currently, even if you're watching the video, the stream per se, just if you want anything, just ask. I'll try to answer you, and I usually just connect myself to this YouTube channel whenever I do a stream, so you may not get your answer straight away, but I'll eventually answer if this channel is still active by the time you're watching and asking your question. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this. Like, trying to explain everything is kind of like trying to fix a problem that might not even exist. That is to say, the problem of someone watching the stream in the first place and then not understanding something, right? Or wanting more details about something. So I'm gonna still talk to explain stuff, right? But not, well, no, not to explain stuff. So even if I explain something, it's simply because it's my thought process. So I'm gonna try to make my thought process explain so that you guys can see what goes through my head as I'm developing, but I'm really going to focus on developing more. Or help you for similar projects as well. I'm an expert in the things that I'm going to show on this. There are things where I'm very good at, but the main purpose of this channel for me is to do projects where I will learn to do stuff, right? So like right here, it's been a while since I've done a project in Unity, and you know, things have changed in Unity. And also there's a bunch of stuff I had never touched. Like here, the start scene, I have to select it every time I reopen, but that's an editor modification. So I never did that before. It seemed very complex. It's not that complicated. And yeah, so I haven't found it myself. I pretty much just took some code off of the internet, but still, now I understand how it works, and maybe I could try to, you know, do more windows, right? More pop-ups, more things that I can use to make some procedures and just help me develop faster. So yeah, so I think I did that. Did I do it last time or was it Monday? I don't know. So that's a thing that's pretty recent. One other thing that is rather recent in the project is here. You have a static like game object, I guess, empty game object, and a scene component empty game object. They're basically containers, right? And in the static container, you have every object that you want to stay active between the scenes, right? So the main camera, directional light, event system, and script holder, which just holds every manager that I really need, like the scene load helper and the player manager, which I think is a new script. So, or oh no, it existed last time. It is the last thing we did last time. Okay, here you have the map, which is going to contain the map backdrop, and map backdrop is the one that's going to display the map visually. And here you have the map. And now the map, I changed something. Because I want everything in the scene content to be deactivated, I need the map to... like the map generates nodes, right? I want these nodes to be under the scene content if I want them to be disabled, right? Because basically the scene content, okay, the scene load helper will deactivate the scene content entity whenever I enter a new scene, right? A sub-scene, you could call it, like the campfire scene. So in this case, if I go in scene, when I open the campfire scene, what's gonna happen? And I can actually show that in play mode. So here I open the thing. Everything is open here, and the map now, what it does, instead of just creating nodes and paths, it will make them children of itself. This way, if the map is disabled, these are disabled as well. And if the parent of the map, scene content, is disabled, the map will be at the same time. Okay? The static entity though will never be deactivated, so the main camera and everything else here will always be active. So what's gonna happen here? Well, I can just show it like that, I guess. And you have it don't destroy on load, but you know, I'm handling stuff myself. Now, if I'm really gonna know, I will enter a new scene. What's gonna happen is scene content is deactivated, and you can see because they're a little more, well, a little less pale, I guess. They're like more transparent in the darker background. So here you can see they're all deactivated, which is exactly what I want. And static stays active. And in the campfire scene, you can see, you know, you have the canvas with every button, everything, and the backdrop. You can see I've added a bunch of stuff here. Here you have simply apples, and whenever I enter a level, I collect. Okay, if you remember the collect method that I wrote last time, actually just adds some random amount of fruit. I actually had to fix this one, and I'm also showing the belly and the health. Oh, okay, yeah, I think that belly was called energy or something like that last time. Basically, I didn't like the name, but I did not want to write hunger, because hunger, technically, if you go with the name hunger, like the more hunger you have, the more you need to eat. But I wanted both health, and the other stat to, like, for it to be a good thing if it's higher, right? The higher is better. I wanted both of them to go in the same like direction, right? Higher number means you're better off. So that's what I did. I wrote, you know, I wrote energy at first, but now I went belly. So if you have a full belly, you know, belly 100, yeah, so it means that you're pretty good. And there's a bunch of interactions with that. I can show you in code. Boom, boom, boom. This C# project, please. Thank you so much. Tudum, tudum, tudum. Okay, take some time. Is it in the player manager? No, I think it's in the where is it? EventManager. Player, is it in the player manager? Oh yeah, it is in the player manager because the player contains the inventory right now. Okay, yeah. So basically, at the end of the day, I check if my belly is full. If it is, I add some health, which is nice. If not, well, no, not if not. Just also, the belly is, you know, 50 lower than it used to be. I did cap things from 0 to 100, which is a good thing. And yeah, so that's how it goes. And if I go to sleep, it ends the day. And now I enter here. Oh, I collected more stuff. Oh, I have 0 belly, I need to eat. What can I eat? Yo, I can eat everything that's there. Durian, great. But now, what happened is that I realized that if I am to eat, now it doesn't work, right? The eat button, but eventually when it works, pressing eat will remove the durian from my inventory. So I need to update the inventory. Right now the inventory auto updates whenever I enter a campfire node. So I still wanted to update whenever I enter a campfire mode, but I also wanted to update whenever I eat a fruit or, you know, remove a fruit, just use one to cook one, stuff like that, right? I want the inventory to update often. But also, I do want the drop-down list to update. So I want a bunch of stuff to update upon some things happening, right? An event happening, like an inventory update. So what I started doing, because I realized that it was going to be really complex to manage everything, called a method on every object concerned. It was going to be complex, and I would have to have a bunch of reference to other objects and stuff like that, which is not really fun to handle. So I have some professional experience in game dev, actually. It was not with Unity, but it was a similar. So what we used was some kind of event manager that would just receive events and send it to, you know, subscribers, right? So it's kind of like the observer design pattern, not object pattern. It's kind of like the observer design pattern, right? Where you can subscribe to a certain entity, and whenever that entity, gets modified, it tells all of the observers, hey, I've been updated. So the observers can know to update themselves. It's kind of like that, except because if I use the observer pattern per se, I would have a bunch of different objects that have each of them a bunch of different observers. And what if a certain object has, 2 or 3 attributes that they can modify, and you want to subscribe individually to each of those attributes? So here I have uninventory change, and I will probably add an unhealth change or something like that, or unbelly change. So if I have an event for each of those, and I can just subscribe to whatever event that I want, it's very practical. So the way to do that, I think it's a C# thing. I don't think it's just a Unity thing, but I will check that with you right now. C# delegate. It does look like it's just a C# keyword in general. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's great. Nice. So it's just a very good feature to have. So good job on you, C#. Basically, delegates, the way that you do it is you essentially define a method signature. Okay? And the name that it has is kind of a method type, I guess. So basically, you define a method signature, but it's kind of like a method type that you do. And this is a delegate. But you can instantiate a delegate, right? You can say, oh, I want one event delegate, please. And you call it an inventory change. So this becomes an actual method container, I'll say, right? It's kind of like a method container. And what I can do is uninventory change by default is going to be null, but what I can do is add methods to it. But these methods that I'm adding, they really need to have, the same signature here. So if there are arguments here, like int x for example, and I call uninventory change, I actually call it uninventory change with 2, for example, well, the argument x is going to be 2, and it's going to be called on every method that has been added to the container. Because yes, you can add more than one method to any given container. So here, I went with an event delegate that is empty. The truth is, I think that I'm not going to go with just event delegates. I think I'm going to go with more precise than that. So here, what I would like to do is go with inventory event. Okay, so my delegate is an inventory event here, and the event is going to be an inventory change. But the thing that I want to change with this method is, what do I change? I think that what I'm going to do with it is, right, I want it to give the inventory in the arguments. So if I go to see in the player manager, and okay, it's actually a dictionary of string int called inventory. So this is what you're gonna get in the event manager here, right? Just like this, okay? So you have to send a dictionary of string and int as your argument. So now what I do, because I did add a there was something around here. Where was it? It was in the drop down foods. Well, I mean, the drop down foods, I think I do want to. Yeah, I do want to add an update here, but I think it's in text updater that I did subscribe. Oh yeah, here, an inventory change plus init display. Thing is, init display, you need a different thing, right? So init display. Right. Okay. So I'm not gonna give init display, I don't think so, because get inventory text. Okay, so it's just one text element that I'm updating entirely. Yeah, okay. I'm actually gonna do 2 methods. Because the thing is, I didn't like the fact that all of my managers, like the player manager, just everything is just public, right? And then I have to make sure that everything is static as well, so that I can access them from everywhere, which I don't like. What I wanted to do, yeah, here, when you update the inventory, you're gonna give your inventory an argument here. Yeah, it's inventory. Oh, instance, yeah, well. So yeah, that's the problem. Like, I have to do instance everything, blah 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 and stuff. And it's good to have some like singletons like this, but to always have to give access to everything in static, like here, having to make the inventory public, even though it's, well, it's actually private, right? Yeah, I don't have to write it if it's private. Just when it's public, I have to precise it. So yeah, what's annoying is just, I don't like having to make everything static and public and everything like that. I'd rather like just go through a tunnel, and whenever the event is happening, I decide which information I give, and then everything updates itself according to that. So instead of always accessing like something that is just static and public, I can just manage it myself. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm doing an event system. And now, again, I'm starting to describe too much. I don't really know how to explain it perfectly. I would probably need to just write some kind of script about it. So now I'm just gonna keep going with the code. And as I keep going, I'm just gonna explain my thought process, but I'm not gonna try to really like per se explain what I do as if it was a tutorial, because the truth is it's not a tutorial, so I shouldn't try to make it so. If I want to make a tutorial, I'll make a separate video that is more concise and explains straight up to the point with good, good graphics to explain how things work, right? Okay, so just give me a quick second. I received the text message. Okay, so now, okay, so now that I have an event manager, what I'm gonna be wanting to do is most definitely, I'm gonna want to also add another delegate. So I'm just gonna copy this and modify it quick. So inventory event, yeah, I'm also gonna want like a health event or something. It's gonna have an int, which is gonna be health, and I'm gonna have a health event. No, I don't think I want to do it like this, because I can already see that there's gonna be a lot, and I mean a lot of events. So what I think I should do is these event types, they should be defined according to what they have here. Okay, so basically this should be an int event. And this should be a dict si event or something. str int event or something, an int event. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of a weird naming convention, but the delegate name is only used. Yeah, that's good. Is only used inside of this current class, right? And I start with the delegate definitions, so it's fine. And here I want to have unhealth change, because basically right now I'm adding unhealth change, but I'm also going to add an unbelly change. And actually belly is the main stat, which is going to be modified more often, and it's also just written first generally speaking. So oh, and it should be like this, right? Yeah, I think so, because yeah, it's kind of like a variable because it's a delegate and stuff, but at the same time, like, it's a method, right? You can actually call this, so it's gonna have the same naming conventions as methods. Okay, so here's pretty good. So basically, unbelly change and unhealth change, they both use the same signature, so it's kind of annoying if you have to. Wait, delegates can return stuff? Kind of crazy, huh? Okay, but because they're events, I don't really see the point of them returning anything. So okay, so this is much better, I think, because I'm gonna have way less delegate, and this class is gonna be like way less cluttered if I just go with the type of the delegate, right? So that's cool. So, you know, I could define a bunch of delegates, but I'm just gonna add them as I need them. Okay, so I have unbelly change and health change, a bunch of stuff. And here in the text updater, what's kind of annoying is but that's the thing, is just I don't really like get stats text, because the thing is, yeah, if I send the inventory to it to update the inventory, because it's in the same text box, I kind of need to keep the value of the stats text, right? So maybe I should just have like a bunch of separate events that display different things, and I should have one entity for every like text, right? I guess. So here is the text updater. It's kind of a generic name, but the text updater, I think it should update all of the text in the an inventory change. Yeah, so okay, so I'm gonna do this. Init display is just gonna be like, maybe I just, who cares about init? It's just gonna be display inventory, and it's not gonna display this anymore, but I'm gonna keep it for now. And here I'm gonna have a dictionary, yes, thank you so much, of string and int, right? Which is gonna be inventory here. So here I can add the, you know, here in Player Manager I had to write like a bunch of weird methods. Oh yeah, so it's gonna be on like this. So I had to write like a bunch of weird methods just to return like a description of the inventory, which I don't like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the code inside of it. I'm gonna remove this, by the way. And what I'm gonna do is in text updater, instead of calling this, I'm just gonna say, yeah, well, okay, go like this or something. Go like that. And instead of return description, I'm just gonna like do this to the description. Oh, and when I do a plus, equal, and stuff, maybe I just do textbox.text equal empty, right? And then I add directly to this instead of like having to transfer stuff. And instead of instance, I just take the inventory that I'm being given. Okay, so that's like very simple, and I don't have to go through all the way to the like player manager instance and call methods on it. You know, I can just handle myself because I'm being given what I need, which I very much like. So here it's going to be display inventory, right? On inventory change, you redisplay inventory basically, and you do display inventory whenever you start, right? Oh, okay, but yeah, no. Okay, what if you add yourself to this and then you just call EventManager? EventManager, thank you very much. On inventory change, not minus equal. No, 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 no. I want to call this. Right? No, you don't call it like that? Oh, because when you call it, you need to give it the thing. So only the player can really call it. Okay. Okay, this is kind of annoying actually. So yeah, it's kind of annoying because you can't ask for it. The player is just like, I've been modified, lol. But yeah, so the player needs to know when the campfire needs the event. Because, okay, what I could do is technically I just call an event that tells the player, hey player, I would like to be updated, for example. And then the player just returns its inventory. Sorry. But the thing with that is it would be really annoying because it's basically just saying, hey, I want that, give me that, and then I return it. It's basically just like calling a method that returns something. But I have to write 2 events for that, which is really annoying. But the flip side of it is the return itself. Like when the player calls on inventory change, it's basically like just returning, like doing only the return. So even if you're not expecting it, you can just be modified within the object. Like this object can be modified even if it doesn't ask to be, just because like it needs to be. But it can also ask for it if I do it in 2 parts. But it's kind of annoying to have to just like send signals basically. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I think I'll do it in 2 parts. It's kind of annoying, but I guess I'll go like from simpler to more complex or something. Nah, who cares? Yeah, I guess I will. It's gonna put things in a better order, I think. Wait, this I duplicate. Oh, no, I don't want space. I want tabs. No. So here it's not an int event. It's just gonna be an event, just straight up event, right? And it's gonna be empty, right? It's kind of annoying that I only have like one thing. Do I want to have a player manager that's a singleton? That's my question. Because currently everything is static, but I don't need it to be static. But I think I do want it to be. Because there's only one instance of the player. I don't want to have more than one player. So if I do, yeah, this is static, this is fine, but like collect doesn't need to be static. Like who's calling collect on it, right? There's 2 ways I could do this. Either in the event manager, I just add empty events that say like, hey, I'm requesting you to send an uninventory change call, or I could leave a static method in the player where I just say like, hey, please send that event, right? But like just making the inventory accessible with a getter would basically solve all of my problems, right? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Because you still need like the messages to be sent from the player to the other one. So basically, yeah, you need the two-way conversation basically. You need to fetch the information but also tell when it's being modified. So I do think that to tell, hey, something has been modified, I do need the event manager. Because like the things that need to be modified might change. Okay? And they may be removed and added as time goes by. So I would need the observer design pattern, and I can just centralize all of that in an event manager, which is good. But when I do want an information directly from something, like I am asking, because when you're sending a message to many things, maybe you don't want to know what they are. But when you want an information from something, it's good to know like who they are, you know? And also you're not going to ask information from something if it doesn't exist, right? So you know that it's instantiated and it exists. So that being said, how do I make that be a thing? Because the thing is, yeah, I think events, they're only useful if you could have a bunch of things subscribed to them, and if it can, they can add themselves and remove themselves from the subscription of it. Okay? I think it's the only time where it's actually useful. Rest of the time, I probably just want to ask information directly from the source, is what I'm thinking. So, either the campfire, like things from the campfire scene, somehow they receive information about the player instance whenever the campfire scene is created, or something along those lines. Either like the player is just a manager, so it's a singleton, has a bunch of static stuff that can be accessed, which I think is probably better. So I think I want this to be static and public. So now I don't need instance dot, right? Just everything is freaking static, right? It's just a whole static class. It's a static class, right? So I want everything to be public static so that everybody can access everything. Because if that's the case, in the event manager, instead of an uninventory change, you know, they could just know that the inventory has been changed and then themselves just go fetch the information directly from the manager, like the player manager. It's kind of a weird way to do things, isn't it? How does a delegate work when it returns something? Yeah, delegate. Okay, I can try it. Because maybe I can have a delegate that returns the value that I need. Yeah. Instead of making everything static. It's problematic. It is kind of an annoying problem. Because the solution is perfect one way, but not the other. I guess I'll just really clutter the event manager, and it's gonna be good enough for the prototype. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. Because either it's that, or I just make everything static in here, in my manager, and once everything is static, it's just... No, maybe I just make everything static here. And the event manager, I can just use an event, like everywhere, just everything is an event at that point. Because everything is accessible, right? And it's static. Yeah, I think it's fine actually. So for now, I don't need like any of these. I just need that. And here, everything is accessible, so I don't need the instance everywhere. Okay. So instance dot is going to become empty. Okay, cool. I did it for everything. Great. Okay, so I removed all of these. And then on inventory change, you don't need the inventory. So in the text updater here, plus equal blah blah blah, you don't need this actually. Inventory, yeah, more like player manager dot inventory directly. Okay, good. And I subscribe to this change of things. And I can display inventory whenever I want to. So here, display inventory when I start, right? When I start existing, I can display the thing, which is fine. Day end and collect. Yeah, that's cool. I just called a bunch of things. Text box equal this. So what I want to have happen now is to have a bunch of different methods, because I display everything in the same text box. I'm going to create multiple text boxes this way, and I'm going to have to go in the campfire scene for that. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having text stats, it's going to be text health. Text health. Then you're going to duplicate this, and instead of having text health, you're going to have text belly. And belly is actually B4 health, as always, right? So belly, it's going to be here, it's going to be belly 100, for example. And I'm gonna make it like much smaller. Now I'm gonna go text health, and you're gonna be like much smaller as well, like this, but you're gonna be a little lower, like here. And here you're gonna be like health 100, for example. Okay, that's good. And now I'm gonna also duplicate that one, but it's gonna be text inventory instead. Okay, and what I'm going to be doing with that is I'm going to lower it, and I'm going to give it a lot more space to write the things, like this, I guess. And instead of health something, it's going to be inventory 2 points, and then A, B, C, D. Yeah, I think there's only 4 fruits for now. So yeah, that should be pretty good. What's going to happen now is text belly, text health, and text inventory. I need to get all of them. So here, I think that I gave you the text updater script. Yeah. So I'm going to actually remove you. And what I'm going to do is actually add it to another entity, which is going to be parent to all of them, I think. So I'm just going to go in Canvas and do create empty, which is going to be... what name do I give it? texts or like stats with a minus t, please, like this. And now I'm gonna add all of these to the stat. Wait. Well, Control Z. So stats. Are you at 0, 0 and everything? Yeah. Okay, it's fine. You're all gonna be under stats, which is amazing. So now stats is going to have a component which is going to be a text updater. Thank you so much. And what I'm going to do with the text updater script really quick is, instead of getting the component on itself, it's going to have a bunch of, it's just going to have a bunch of these. So instead of text box, it's going to be like belly health. I said health. And finally, like inventory. Or like a txt belly, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be simpler. It's gonna be less confusing. Txt health and txt inventory. Okay, like this is pretty good. So here, I'm not gonna do this. You're just gonna be already given. And instead of text box here, it's gonna be txt inventory, where I'm gonna add everything like that. And then I can have a bunch of other things, like a private void display belly, for example. Yeah, like this. Nice. Whoa. What? No. It's gonna be equal to player manager dot belly. Thanks so much. No, you can't do that. Dot toString. Thanks so much, my dude. Oh, it's a method. Yup. Well, it's actually not going to be this. It's gonna be a string plus this, and the string is gonna be belly like this. Let's go. So now I'm gonna be doing pretty much exactly the same thing, but for the health, she's gonna be display. No, come on, I want to keep the display. I just want to display health. Okay, and what I'm gonna do now is gonna be txt health, and here is gonna be health, right? And here I'm gonna write a health. Okay, that's pretty good. So here I can display everything in the correct one. So I just need, this is private currently, but I do want to add the tag to say that it's serialize field, right? Yeah, serialize field. So what it's going to do is it's going to make it accessible from the editor, even if it's private, so it cannot be accessed from other scripts. So now if I go in the thing here, you have the thing belly first, health right here, inventory right there. Thank you so much. So now if I do start, it should work. No, yeah, it will, because I always start from that scene. Yeah, it works. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. What was not set to an instance of an object of a thing? Oh, really? It doesn't make much sense. Blah blah blah. I go to sleep. I go to the next one. Oh, and it's not all broken. What? Okay, no, it's completely broken. It doesn't work at all. Why did it kind of work the first time around, though? That's very strange. Okay, that's not what I wanted. That's kind of annoying. text health is not set to an instance of an object, and this text inventory is not as well, right? According to them. But text belly is. Kind of weird. And if I go to sleep and I go there now. Oh, now the 3 of them, I guess. Text updater line 39. It's always line 39. Text inventory, which is this, right? Right? Dot text. It's 0, and then I add the thing. It really should be working. Okay, how do I go about this? Right, I never display the belly or the health. Kind of dumb. Okay. Now at least I'm trying to do all of the things. Let's try this. Oh, I'm okay. Wow, okay, that's a big mistake. I simply forgot to remove the script that existed before copying it or something, so I guess there's just a bunch of instances of scripts that should just not be there anymore. Remove component. So now it should be fine. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay, it has the behavior desired. Now, where do we go from here? The event system does work like this, but it is paired with still, you know, if I want people to have access to you, I still need you to be static, okay? Or to have an instance or something like that with static methods. I do need that. Oh, but everything is static. I wanted the class to be static, quite frankly. I do use the awake function, but only to create the inventory, so... I don't know about that. Maybe I just create the player manager somewhere instead of having it be a mono behavior? Maybe I just go in something and creates it, or I don't know. Oh, or it's not created, it's just really a static thing. So I don't need awake, and inventory is going to be something else. It's going to be the constructor actually. So here you can have a player manager thing. Or maybe not, maybe the inventory just is equal to that in its declaration. Right here. Something like that? No, okay, never mind. And it's a static class. So what if I do this? Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. If I was to create a programming language, I think that I would try to make it so that if you declare a class to be static, everything inside of it is automatically just going to be considered static. Because having to write an additional keyword everywhere, kind of annoying. Just like I think it's a good habit to either put everything public by default or everything private by default, and then you have to add a public or private descriptor only to those that, you know, like here public, but here it's static because it's actually private and I don't need to write it to be private. I think it's good, by the way, that by default it's private. This way you're kind of like forcing encapsulation, and if you really need to use something, then you explicitly say it by putting it public or protected, or, you know, something like that. Okay. Everything is static, it's great. Get inventory fruits is just like, what is this? I think it's used in the drop down fruits here. Here you do like get inventory fruits. Yeah, actually I think I'm gonna take the whole method, the entire method, okay? And I'm gonna go in drop down food. I'm gonna create a method. Under in a drop down, you're gonna have get inventory fruits, and here you're just gonna go player manager dot. So here, when you get inventory fruits, it's going to be yours. It doesn't need to be static, by the way. And it's not public at all. Okay, so it should be fine now. So I can actually remove it from here. Okay, and the player manager gets ever so smaller. Get stats text, what is this? Please get out. So day end, it modifies the values inside of player manager, and collect also modifies it, which is fine, right? Okay, it's much more concise. I like it way more. Here it's pretty good, so drop down should be fine. And drop down, in the start, I do init the drop down. What I should be doing as well is know when the inventory is changed. So init drop down, here it's get inventory fruits. Instead of init, I'm just gonna write display. I think it's better. Display drop down. It's just like a redisplay. Okay, so here, gonna display it. But here, what I'm gonna say is EventManager dot an inventory change plus equal, and it's gonna be plus equal display dropdown. So I redisplay the dropdown every single time that the inventory is being changed, right? So here it's pretty good. Okay, that's great. So now what's gonna happen is I want to be able to modify the inventory values as I go, right? So now the eat button should have an action. I'm gonna try something. Button and day, which is right here. I could put them in order, by the way. The button and day, it does call something here, but no object? Okay, that's annoying, because I really have to select an object and call a method on it. Because I wanted to call a static method, basically. I was wondering if I could have access to that, but say runtime only. Right. Can I go with something static? I don't know, huh? The helper, right? The scene loader helper. No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's kind of annoying having to write a full script just for one action. But hey, I'm gonna do the same for the eat button. Button eat, I'm gonna add a script for you. So in scripts and in Campfire, I'm gonna add another button script, which is gonna be eat button. All right, boom. So eat button. Back button, what do you have? You just have clicked, and unclicked you have something happening. Well, I'm gonna do the same for eat. I'm gonna go clicked. Oh yeah, and so I just want to call it clicked, and actually it's gonna be void clicked, and it's gonna be public. Does it have to be public? Back button here? Yeah, it is public. Okay. We'll leave void clicked. So whenever it's clicked, what it's gonna do is I want to eat a fruit. The thing is, there's you gonna need a reference to the dropdown, right? So dropdown for blah blah. You do have the dropdown right here. Oh, but yeah, I don't need eat button because it can just call a method on dropdown food, where I can, like, you know, get the active one, do the thing. So here I can just do like something like public void eat, and it just eats the current thing. So it just says inventory, or even just player manager dot eat, and then it's just gonna get the thing here. So the drop down, right, so if I can player manager, I can just say the index of it. Oh no, but I can't, because like right here, no, the index in the the index in the thing, or in the inventory. Let's try this. int, yeah. Okay. So, okay, here's the constructor, here's the properties. Okay, yeah, well. Okay, yeah, I think it was at the beginning. In properties, there was caption text, the text component to hold the text of the currently selected option. There's also item text, component to hold the text of the item. So I'm like, okay, sure. And it returns the TMP text, yeah, so. Dot, what was it, item text? Text, dot, toString or something. So in Player Manager, I'm gonna add a static public static void eat with a string which is gonna be fruit name, and what it's gonna do is I'm gonna do inventory dot at position fruit name minus I guess, so minus inventory, and actually I don't need to do that step if I'm gonna remove it anyway. So if inventory fruit name is lower or equal to 1, then it means that I'm just gonna remove it. I'm sorry. So inventory.remove fruit name, right? So remove with the key, nice. And then I do else. Otherwise, I just boom. I just remove 1 to it. So if it's equal to 1, or even if it's 0, somehow it happened because I removed more than 1 at once or something, there's not enough anymore and I remove. I just remove the entry from the dictionary. Otherwise, here, I just say bye-bye. I just say -1. Okay, so yeah, eat is happening. It's being done by the drop-down food, which is great. And that's it. You call that on the drop-down everything and stuff. So eat button, I don't need to have it exist anymore. Delete, yes. What's gonna happen is in text, in button heat, I really hope I didn't place the script already on that. No. You're gonna be deleted. Please, please, please. Get out of here. What are you doing? X. I don't need it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you have an empty script or something? No. Great. Oh, button heat has back button script. No, I'm gonna remove this component. Button and a button cook. Do you have the back button script? Remove, please. So I don't want any of that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And now in button eat, what I'm gonna be doing is on click plus. Yes, so the object itself is going to be the drop down. So it's like right here or something. And button eat, and the function you're gonna call is eat. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so now it should be able to remove something from the inventory. Oh, wait. The thing is, if I'm in Player Manager and I do change the inventory here, I do have to call EventManager. Well, I'm gonna call it like this. Like this. Okay, I'm gonna need to go to the bathroom, so I'm just gonna take a quick break. So I'll put you guys on break and see you in a couple minutes. Hello, hello, welcome back. Or I mean, you guys welcome me back. So here I can just call inventory has changed whenever I eat, on day end, stuff like that. Yeah, if I want to call stuff, I might want to add real if. So here it would be EventManager dot on belly change. Yes, the belly is going to change every single time. That is for sure. Unhealth change. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, and I just called the event, but I need to do a null check every time. It's kind of annoying to have to do a null check every time. Like, can't it, like, the language just do that by itself? I mean, there's always going to be a null check, or pretty much always. Like, I guess, like, if you have a thing where you're certain that there's always something, maybe you want to avoid the null check, but, you know. The thing is, day end, I know, like, it happens at a point where there's nothing here, or, you know, it doesn't really change anything. Here in eat, it's going to change something for real. So, okay. Berry, if I do eat, what did it do? Key not found exception. Okay, which key is it? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, how does the TMP text work? Fields. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. That's amazing. Alright, great. That's amazing. I just want to know how I can use it. Really? Okay, you have a lot of fields. Like a lot of fields. Thank you so much. I do want to go with the properties. Okay, alignment, I don't care. Auto size, I just want the text. Okay. Where's the text? Can't I just get the text? Where's the text? Where is the text? It's just text. I just have to write text instead. Instead of toString, I just text. I go in text of the, no, it's in drop down. Okay, in drop down, instead of toString, it's item text dot text. Thank you very much. Now it should work. Okay, now, come on. Come on, everybody. Let it work. Okay. Eat the coconut. What? No. The given key for root was not present in the dictionary. I gave fruit as the key. Are you kidding me? Eat. The given key fruit was not of it. Okay, please stop. Why is it? It's not fruit. It's obviously not fruit. Like, come on, man. Seriously? Come on, man. Okay, I'm just making sure. I genuinely don't see why it would be fruit. Okay? But I'll try it. And before then, I'm gonna write debug in big letters. Debug. Yeah, by the way, oh yeah, that's all of that between this. Oh, come on. Debug. Thank you so much. Okay, where did I write debug like a second ago? Was it here? I had a big debug somewhere. It's not in the map. I haven't been using the map for a while. Here, I want to remove all of that. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Okay. Now, I want to check if it really returns fruit. Because, like, it's not called fruit at all. I just think it's very strange. If the key is fruit, how is the key fruit? How is it fruit? Where do I create the keys? Like, where? It's in text updater, but here. Inventory fruits. Key, yeah, that's good. Fruit, yeah, okay, sure, but count. So add new TMP dropdown option data, fruit. A list of option data, inventory fruits. Okay, so maybe I'm using the wrong one. So here I'm using the item text, but there's also, I think, caption text. So let's go for caption text, I guess. And here, caption text. And maybe caption text and also like image text or something. Or what was it? Just go text. There's item text and caption text. So let's see the difference and let's try to print the other one. Maybe it's gonna work, maybe it won't. Who knows? Okay, just stop and come back. What? What are those? Okay, it is coconut, and the other one is fruit. I don't know why it's fruit, but... Whoa! Yo, it works! That's awesome. Great. I'm eating all of my apples. Wow. Eat, eat, eat. Eat, 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 eat. Okay, so if the text... Yeah, I can do a check, but it doesn't seem to be breaking anything. But basically, this is fine. And I can do a check. Okay, I can just do if... text.text does not equal empty string, I guess. And then I do it like, whoop, like this. Thank you so much. Okay, so here, I don't want mixed, I want tabs only. Thank you so much. Not account settings, I just want the project settings. Can't I find that? Can't I just open the project settings? Or properties, or yeah, something? Solution properties? Properties? Nice. So here, but it's, yeah, it's for configurations. It's not for the, I guess it is in account settings, but sign in. Okay, I'll just hide what I'm doing right now because you guys don't have access to it. So yeah, with, I guess. Oh no, what have I done? No. Okay, I broke something. Just a quick second, you guys. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to just stop this and restart it. Yeah, so basically I tried to sign in and it just broke everything. Um, I don't have a Windows account for this. Do I have a GitHub? I don't think I do. .com or something? It might be a little long to set up. Maybe I'll just have to do it later, but I'll try to do it right now because I think it would help. Oh, I don't think I have to sign in at all. I just clicked on account options or something where they ask me to sign in, and it seems like I can just select whatever I want. Hmm. Okay, if I write yes, always use tabs, not spaces, or something like that. Not spaces. I think I can show you guys what's happening. I mean, it's not really confidential anymore, so I'll just show you back what I'm doing. Um, Tools, options, text editor, all languages tabs. Okay, but still no. Text editor, I guess. Drag and drop text editing, select subword and double click. Oh, okay, yeah, that could be good. Detect UTF-8 encoding without signatures. Conventions. Enable mouse click to perform. Go to definition. Key control. Sure. View white space. Okay. View bidirectional text converter. Line spacing 1. Sure. Seems good. No, one is fine. Line and columns. Okay, yes, but I want more details. General, advanced, display mode, whole line. Show the difference. No, 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 no. Cut cleanup. Extension. No, all languages, I guess. Yeah. Navigation bar. No, wait. Auto is enable virtual. Line numbers. Sure. Enable single click navigation. Completion. Tabs. Indenting. Smart. Tab size. Yeah, it's like 4 in that size. Interesting. Keep tabs. Tab size is 4 usually. Indent size is 4, I guess. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Why are you mixed? You should be tabs. You should always be tabs. How do I keep it like this? This is so annoying. Come on. Preferences, source code, code formatting. Where is preferences? That's the thing, like, I'm trying to look for preferences, but I can't find it. Oops. I can't seem to find preferences. Wait, so if I go in general... Okay, so code style is very much per thing, right? Spacing? Space between methods. space within parameter list parentheses. No. No. Method call. No. Oh yeah, they do that. I don't like this. Cause they're like this? I don't know, man. No, I don't like that. Why would I do this? Oh, after a cast? Uh, no, it's fine. Oh boy, no. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah. No. No. Like this. No. No. Uh, okay, but like, come on, dude. That's not what I want. I want indentation, I guess. And then block content. No, that's terrible. Are you kidding me? Hmm. Yes, I do. No, 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 no. Oh, this is better. Yeah, 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 sure. And then the case labels for sure. Leftmost column. Okay. I guess. But this is not what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, this is so annoying. The tabs. The tabs thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Music stopped. I just want to like force tabs everywhere all the time. That's it. Oh, it's these tabs. Yeah, okay, that's not what I want. Okay, well, I can't seem to find how to make these line endings always be this, so I guess I have to manually do it for every document, which is really long and annoying, but whatevs. Okay, should be fine. Okay, so I was spending a lot of time in my settings. I'm not exactly sure what was the next step. I am eating the thing, right? There's a check, which is great. Right. Remove that component. Yeah, I just said remove the component. Oh, does it not remove because it wasn't on the... Okay, wait. So here in scenes, I go in mission map. In static, I go in script holder. And I remove this component. Now if I launch the project, shouldn't have that error anymore. I think, right? Yeah, it's empty? Fine, that's great. I eat a durian, and I go to sleep. I here, I eat a bunch of stuff, and I go to sleep. I go here, I cook fruits, and I go to sleep. I go here, eat, and I go to sleep. Okay? I want to make this somewhat playable, so I'm gonna say that it gives 20 food when I eat a food, right? So our manager, it's great. When I eat a food, right? Okay. So now I can go belly plus equal, and yeah, I actually have to do something along those lines. Just belly plus, and here it could be plus like 20. It's plus 20. Bigger than 100. Okay, cool. What am I doing? Why am I launching this? I'm lost. Cancel. And now just launch the thing. You can do it. I believe in you. I go here. I eat apple. Right, I didn't update the thing. Go to sleep. Okay, so what's happening here is belly plus 20. Is it bigger than 100? If it is, then 100, otherwise belly plus 20 for belly. Okay, so I do improve the belly. And then what I will do is and it's gonna be on belly change. That's right. And I call on belly change. Now the belly should change when I eat. Nice. Go to sleep. I go here. I'm just at 40. Quick eat. Go to sleep. That's amazing. Eat. Go to sleep. And then here, eat. Go to sleep. Okay, that's pretty good. So, now. How do I do this? What about I start adding some actual stuff. So when I eat a thing, right? A fruit. Currently, fruits don't have their own thing, right? So when I eat, maybe I should, instead of just modifying the belly, maybe I should just like write a function that has like a switch in it probably, and checks which fruit has been eaten and adds an effect depending on which fruit it is. For now, what it is going to be is probably going to be like berry is not going to give a lot of food. Sorry. Apple is going to give like an okay amount, coconut maybe a little more, and durian maybe it's going to give like a lot of food but it's going to hurt you, right? Or something like that. Or maybe it gives as much as the apple, right? So like coconut is good, apple is normal, berry is not that good, and durian, like it's as good as apple, it's like normal amount, but it also hurts you. Maybe I do that. So let's go for it. I'm gonna do, well, I'm just gonna put it in the eat thing, right? So you remove one from the inventory, no matter what, and then you go for a switch of fruit name. And if it is fruits at position 0, then I do something. And I eventually break. It's gonna be case, by the way. Case. Like this. Yeah, it is fruits at position 0. How could you not find fruits? Okay, it probably doesn't work. I probably like have to manually say what it is, which is kind of annoying. So case apple. Now I can do this with the belly. So here it would be like 15 or something, maybe. And then I can start going. Hey, what have I done? Control C, Control V, and then instead of apple, you have berry. So if it's a berry, it only adds like 10 or something. And then you go like coconut. Yeah, and by the way, default is like nothing, right? Default is like nothing. I don't need the default actually, like I'm not gonna use it. And here instead of berry and coconut, oh, and coconut, by the way, it's gonna be like really good. It's gonna be like 25 or something. And here you're gonna go with durian. And the durian, what it's gonna do is gonna give plus like 15 belly, so it's pretty good. But it's also gonna do something to your health. So here you can go health. So it's gonna hurt you a lot, right? So it's gonna hurt you like 40 or something. If it's under 0, then it's gonna be 0, otherwise it's gonna be minus 40. Something along those lines, right? It takes 2 days to recover from eating a durian. And it's the only danger that you can find now. Boom. Berry, I'm gonna eat it. I go to sleep. Boom. Durian and coconut. I have a very empty stomach, but I can go coconut. Eat, so it's good. So I go forward. I'm okay with the berry, the apple, and the coconut. Oh, not even. I have a lot of food. So here I can just eat the coconut. 2 coconuts even. And I'm fine. I didn't need to eat the durian. So I'm done. Okay. So right now, obviously the numbers are like way easy. It gives too much food, but like, you know, consider that there's going to be other things happening. Okay, so right now it's good, and I can cook food, right? So now I'm going to want to implement cook, and in cook the food, I'm probably going to have to like select which food to give, right? So I'm probably going to have to select which food I want to put inside of the cooking pot. And if I cook like something with the durian, I guess, like the durian doesn't hurt me anymore or something like that. Or maybe the coconut, like you have to cook it before you can eat it, I don't know. But maybe cooking makes you lose belly or something along those lines. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm starting to get into a little bit of actual gameplay. So eventually I'm gonna need some game design. But now The question is mostly about what systems do I want to add to the game. So right now I do have a quick system that does inventory management. I do have some eating, some food loss and stuff like that. Yeah, I could do when I ended the day, if my belly is 0. So I do minus to the belly and everything. So here I can go like if belly equals 0, then I can probably lose some health. And not just 20, like maybe you lose like 50 when you're at 0 or something like that. And if it's under 0, like I just literally lose. Otherwise it's health minus 50, minus 50. And then I can just do a quick check, which is like if... Oh, actually it would just be a method, which is like, lose health or gain health or something like that. And then if I lose health and I arrive at 0, I just completely died in the game. So I can probably go with something like a void lose health or something. And it's actually going to be public and static, I guess. So if health under delta is 0, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sure return, but here it's like game lost. So yeah, instead I can actually just debug.log this. So that's like here and then here. And then are you kidding me, dude? Can you just stop? Game lost. Or maybe I go like game lost. This way it's really obvious. As well as health will be equal to 0, as well as if on no, it's EventManager manager.on health change does not equal null. So if it's not equal null, I can just call it, right? Okay, so that's what happens when I lose health. So I can gain health as well, I guess. Yeah, it's actually just gonna be change health. Or add health. It's not heat, it's health. So add health. So if plus delta, so if it's a minus number basically, and it goes under 0, then the game is lost, the health is equal to 0. Also, I just call unhealth change, but I will call that pretty much any time. and I can go else if, and I don't need an else because there's a return statement. Oh, why is there a return statement? I don't want the return statement, so I do want the else. And here. Okay, instead, why don't I just do... Oh, because it's a calculation instead of an assignment. Yeah, sure. Plus delta is greater than 100, then you can do health equals 100. Great. Game lost, as well as health equal to 0, and then unhealth change. So here it would be where I would put the code that, you know, perhaps activates a screen that says game over, or maybe I just launch an event, which is a game over event. I guess I could. So EventManager, and here the event is going to be on game, or on mission lost actually. So on mission loss, I guess. On mission win. On mission 1 and lost. It's more wound. Yeah, it's more you know, it just feels better to read. On mission lost, on mission 1. Like it's on the action happening, right? An inventory change. So it's on inventory changed then. You know, on action, right? Not on. Well, it's an event though. It's an inventory change. So on inventory change. Okay, now I'll just... I think action is better here. An inventory... Oh. An inventory changed. No. On mission win. Yeah. On that event happening. Yeah, I think it's better. Okay, it's just semantics, but... You know. I care about those semantics. So here, I'm actually gonna fire the mission. So just do a quick thing here. So here on mission loss. So I do fire on mission loss. Great. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'll just mute myself for a quick second. Be right back. Okay, hello. Sorry. Okay, so now, yeah, we do fire events and stuff like that. Mission loss is great, so I could have, you know, a quick script added to maybe an overlay of some kind that would just say mission lost, and then at the end of that, you know, a little bit of delay, it could just literally close the scene, the mission scene, which is like the mission map scene. I mean, okay. So I might do this eventually. For now, I won't handle on mission loss. I don't care about it. I do find it kind of annoying, right? I kind of wish that I could like, I kind of wish that I could redefine like on mission loss to check if it's null itself, right? And then do the thing. It's kind of annoying having to check every time. Like, that's a whole little block. I don't know. Maybe there's a clever way to go about it. Maybe not. So now, does the add health here. Then I would probably have something similar for the add belly. It's gonna be add belly int delta, which is great. So here I just go belly instead of health, right? But I do not lose the game in this case. It's really just, you know, keep it there. Here you don't need any event. Here is the same. Delta is this, then it's this. So it's just a quick and easy clamp, basically. And here on health change is going to become on belly change. So for now that's the way it is, but maybe I'm going to want to do other stuff, like maybe, you know, like do a sound and blah 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 and stuff like that. So that might happen eventually. So add health, add belly is great. And then eat, which does a bunch of stuff. So on belly change, yeah, on inventory change, yeah, but here I can just do add belly at 20. So add belly for, not belly, but for 20. So 20 more. Oh, that's why I added so much. Because I did the add belly as well as adding some here. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so here it's add belly for 15. Much more concise all of a sudden. Here it's going to be add belly for 10. Whoops, like this. Here it's for 25, so there's no 20. That's kind of annoying having to change everything. And then the durian, it's add belly for 15. Like this, but it also will be add health minus add health. And it's going to be minus 40. And now I'm seeing this, but it's probably better if it's a belly, and then I do it like that, right? And then you have get, and that's it. And then maybe you have like private set? Yeah, private set and public get. What if I do public get? Yeah, private set. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Huh. Can I do equal 100? Just like that? That's kind of weird. It feels weird. But maybe I can. Well, here it's, yeah, day end is if belly equals 100, then I do add health. add health for a 20, which is great. And then maybe I can go here. Here it's gonna be add health for minus 50. Minus 50, great. And then here belly, I'm just gonna add belly minus 50. Oops, that's a 9. I wanted the parentheses, please. Okay, that's cool. Well, I can put else here. So I test if belly is 100. And oh no, it's not an else because I do want to add belly every single time. But I do want that first. So yeah, I don't know. It's a 3-step thing. It's fine. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it seems like it's working here. Get and private set. So it probably just means that, I hope that what it means here is that you can only set it from inside, right? But you can get it from everywhere. What if I go just static int and I do public here? Public get and private set and just set or something. Modifier is more restrictive, so it can't be. Okay, like this. Oh, and get, is it public? That's a good question, huh? So if I'm outside, like in the text updater, and I try to access belly, is it gonna tell me, oh, the get is private? No, the set is private. Okay, good. Okay, that's fun. Player manager. Here, I can rename for health. Great. And it is going to be equal to 100 eventually. So now I do this like that. So it's equal to 100. And I have get and private set. Private set. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice way to handle my properties. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave some room in between here. And inventory is fully accessible. It's kind of weird, huh? Okay. And inventory, I think it should be the same, right? It should be accessible, but it should be get and then private set. Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, so inventory, I'm just gonna rename it inventory, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rename it to inventory, and now it should be fine. Okay, so if I now go into text updater, for example, so you access the health and everything, it's fine. But now, what if I tried to go player manager dot, not dot, but like dot belly will be equal to like 20, right? Is it gonna tell me it's private? Set accessories inaccessible. Great. It works just like I thought, you know, just like I wanted. Great. Belly health inventory. Amazing. Careers. Okay, awesome. And belly remove, blah blah blah, do the thing. Okay. It seems pretty cool. Now if I go for it, what does it do? Boom. Okay. My belly is 100, really? Go to sleep. It's 100. I'm surprised. if I restart here? Okay. It's obviously not working. Yeah, okay, because I'm kind of an idiot. That's why. Oops. Alright. Gosh, sometimes. Okay, so here, what I want to happen is, you know, if I did not happen on an edge case, I just wanted, you know, do belly plus equal delta. That's it. Like I never did that. So I just had to go to the extreme or do nothing, which is kind of annoying. So I'm gonna add a statement similar to that one to the health. And here you just do health plus equal delta. Okay, that should be fine now. So if I go back, we have to go back, Marty. So that's why it was displaying and everything. It could find the health and do the getter correctly. And even the setter worked. It's just, yeah, exactly. You need something like that. So, eat. Go to sleep. Boom. Berry, eat. No, I have like no food. Ah, it hurt me. No. No, I lost. Did I say it? Did I say that I lost? I didn't. So, clicked on the node, blah blah blah. I don't need that anymore. Thanks, my dude. Now in valid position, blah blah blah, player moved. Yeah, hey. Okay, I just need to redo the thing real quick. Like this. Valid position, player moved. Yeah, that's great. Bang. Bong. I don't need you anymore. Bye. Okay. That's easier to see stuff now. Stop. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, so you go here. Whoa, awesome. Wow, amazing. I eat a coconut. Not a durian though. Eat another coconut, right? Then I go to sleep. Wow, I'm so sleepy. And now I eat a berry, and berry again. Go to sleep. Go here. I have a coconut, so I should be fine. And boom, yeah. And then I eat a bunch of durian, I die, and the game is lost. Okay, so what's happening here is boom, great. What if I don't eat? Boom, I should be dead, and I'm not. Why? So what's happening is in player manager, if belly is blah blah blah, on belly change. When do I do the thing? Here I add belly, I do minus health, that's great. Thing is, if belly equals 0, add health minus 50 at the end of the day. But the day end is like at the beginning of the day or something, which is kind of weird. True, but still, add health minus 50. Oh, okay, no. I'm stupid. I think I just didn't test it correctly. Because I think I was pretty much expecting to lose as soon as I did not have food. But what's happening is I lose, not when I lack food, but when I, like, die. Like here, I lost health. And now I lost health again. And I'm at 0, and why didn't it change anything? Oh, minus or equal. Then you enter. It's greater or equal. Minus or equal. Greater or equal. Yes. Because I was arriving at 0 exactly. Which is why I wasn't dying. So, nope. Nope. And then, I'm dead. Yeah, and the game is lost. Great. Well, not great, like, as in, gosh, I love this. But great as in, you know, that's what I was expecting. And I do want it to work like that. So that's pretty cool. Now I have some like better access to things. So it's really cool. I didn't actually know that you could private set stuff. I just tried it and it worked. And I can even just assign a default value like this. This is just perfect for me. Like it just works so well. And it seems like it's working here as well. Like I can just say, yeah, you can get it from outside, but only I can set it. And then you also like make a function for the access here. And why did I make an add instead of just making a big like set method here? Because I could just write a very intense set. The thing is, set, it's expecting an equal to exist, right? While here I'm trying to add and remove from the current value. That's how we're going to be working. If I wanted to have a setter, just a straight up setter where we do equal and add some checks to it, yeah, sure, I would private set. But here I'd rather have an add health method to modify it. And yeah, it uses that as a referential and everything. Because otherwise I have to do equal like 50 and it adds 50 and you know my equal minus 50 and it like removes it removes 50 instead of just doing equal to that. It would just be counterintuitive. Counterintuitive, and I do not want that. So that's pretty good. Okay. In terms of code, things are advancing. In terms of like the prototype itself, I mean, it's going slowly, but it surely is advancing. We can see that. So it's like kind of playable already, right? So durian, no, coconut. Yeah, coconut is great. Oh, I do need to eat the durian if I don't want to lose health. So I'm gonna lose health by doing that, but less than if I didn't cook it. I shouldn't have eaten it. And I'm not dead. Great. Amazing. I survived. I have officially survived. But if I had to come back, like I want it to happen in the full game, yeah, that would have killed me. Okay. And it's very random what you get and what you don't, so... Okay. Now that all of this is happening, I should try to find a function for the cook, right? When I'm cooking the thing. And, well, actually, the durian, currently, it's not an object, right? So, eventually, I'm gonna want to probably have a, either like a struct, or a... Yeah, maybe a struct or maybe a full class that is gonna be a fruit class. And the fruit will contain, you know, like the effect on the belly and the health and everything that it does, right? Like it should contain its behavior. When you eat it, when you cook it, when you eat it after it's been cooked, when it's cooked with something else. So... Okay. Because I'm thinking about it, and like right now technically all that I have is, you know, complete the day, automatic collection of fruits, and also like you know, cooking and eating. Okay, it's not a lot of actions. I'm thinking collect could be more interesting if you would just, like during the day you would walk and that's it. You would just get to your new destination. But what you could do is collect. and click the button multiple times, right? So you could collect, you know, like for 1 hour, a second hour, a third hour, you know, you could collect as much as you want, and it would spend time. Cooking would also spend time, and eating would also spend time, you know. So maybe eating a full fruit is like, you know, a quarter of an hour. Maybe collecting fruits is like a full hour, or maybe a half hour or something. And also cooking is probably like a half hour, right? So you would have to like manage your time. So if you're like full on a certain day and you're in a, you know, an area of the forest that seems more lushful than other ones, maybe you just collect, and the next day you just cook and eat a lot. And you would have, of course, some amount of time. So maybe by the time you get to the next part, the next campfire, maybe like it was a very easy walk, so you have more time left. Maybe like you had to climb a mountain, which take a lot of time. So maybe you have less time and you have to manage that as well. It would be a nice resource. But currently, when you walk, it's always taking the same amount of time. And if it takes more time to walk, you should be able to see it, right? So from the map, you should have a way to see like where, you know, what areas are lush, which areas are like harder to go through and everything like that. And they could have properties, you know. So you could decide which path you're taking according to those properties. So that could be nice. And also, I also want to add a mechanic that is pretty essential to the game, which is gardening. Okay, so you can just plant a fruit and come back to it, because when you come back, you're probably gonna go through the same path that you took, than the one you took to go in the first place. Sorry. But, well, I mean, I say probably, like, it's an option that you should have. And if you come back, but you gathered all the fruits, or maybe you can gather still, but probably, like, when you gather repetitively in a certain area, you could, like, deplete the fruits. So, yeah, fruits could, like, regrow naturally a little bit, because it's been a couple days. But it might be, like, a very efficient way to get food, to just, like, farm a little bit of it. But it would take some time to just plant them. Maybe not that much, you know, maybe a quarter per fruit that you want to plant. But what it would do is you would also lose fruits that you have on yourself to guarantee that on the way back it's easier. So that would be like one of the ways to come back. So it would, if you do that, it would make the path that you came through much more plentiful in terms of fruits than the one where then like taking a different path from coming back, right? So like an untouched path is going to contain a lot of fruits naturally, but it's going to take a lot of time to gather them. While if you come back from the path you came from, there's going to be even more food, and a lot of it is already at the campfire ready to be used. So you could have like a lot of advantages coming back there. But then there may be events where like animals have eaten your fruits, or maybe even like I don't know, maybe even like like there's a wild animal that's currently oh, sorry. Or maybe you even have an event that is like, oh, a wild animal is currently foraging through your garden, you know, your little farm that you put up at the campfire. Then like maybe you can get attacked by the animal and lose a little bit of health. Or maybe you just have to, you know, throw some fruits away so that the animal goes after them, leaving you alone, or something like that. So there could be a bunch of events like that happening. So now, what would be interesting if I want to test these kinds of things? There's a couple things that I need to do. So let's open Notepad real quick and try to plot a little bit of the mechanics that we need to add. Okay? So yeah, that's good. Yeah, events and delegates, I actually did learn from it. Okay, this is useful. Do I want to update it? Not now. Okay, so what are the things that I need to add? So path path have properties more time to cross, less, etc. Less, more, belly demanding, less, hurtful plants, etc. Okay, that's a bunch of ideas. So basically, in a path, it could take more time to cross, less time to cross, depending on how the terrain is. Maybe it requires more belly. So maybe it's a super fast, but it demands a lot from your belly. Basically, like you have to cross a river or something, but the river like makes you go through a part of your path. So it basically like shortens the distance, but it requires a lot of energy to swim, like in real life. So it would be more demanding on your belly maybe. But it goes faster, so you would have more time when going to the next place, next campfire. Then you could also have, yeah, exactly. Like you see, there are plants that have like vines and stuff. So not vines, but like like they have like they're pointy plants, so they hurt you when you go through them. That would be a thing, right? That could be a thing. So you would have to decide what resources you're losing while getting through the next campfire, and yeah, that's just part of the strategy. So that's one thing that I would like to have. So 2, I would like to be able to cook food. Okay, that's like a whole system. Cook food, for now, 1 or 2 only at a time. Okay, 3, I could add a time passing every action requires some amount of time. Then what I could do is gather food actively, click and spend time. So this, like, I'm kind of writing them in order. Like those two, they like, they really need to happen in some thing or some amount of time. So maybe I even write like 3.1 or something on that one, because it really needs to be after 3. Food actively, click and spend time. Well, I did write things here, so I'm just gonna say 4. That's a different thing. I can just myself, I'm intelligent enough to see what can happen after what. Then 5, there's another one that needs to happen, which is I just spoke about it, the events happening. So basically like text plus decision plus effect. So basically it's like a text event. At least for the prototype, that's what it's gonna be. So it's just gonna write out like, a wolf is attacking you. What do? Do you like, try to chase it away, like you lose some health, and maybe you try to outrun it and come back to the camp later, so you lose some amount of time plus some amount of belly. Or maybe do you like choose to just like throw away some food so that it goes after it, hopefully. So depending on what you do, like you lose some amount of resources, and then you're at the campfire and you do your thing. So that's the thing. Then, okay, so I did different paths, different events that can happen. So like, I guess node events, I should say, happening. Then also like coming back to complete mission. So backwards navigation, that's what it means. Because right now I prevent from clicking on nodes behind, right? But when I get to the objective, I should, like switch a boolean or something and be able to go back. through the paths. Complete mission. Oh, and also I can just like 7. I'm just gonna write it here, but it's gonna be a text to show success on final node plus campfire after. And then 8. So I do come back and add farming or something, like add farming. And in farming, I could add like a bunch of stuff. So like synergy when fruits growing close to others, maybe even cross-species fruits and stuff like that. And by the way, here in cook food, 1 or 2 at a time, synergy when cooking fruits together. When cooking fruits together. And then eventually I could even add 9, which is like a Pokédex for fruits. And then when I go to 10, it's literally like a mission, selection, screen, main base. Like that's a bunch of stuff that we need to add. So yeah, we did like 2 or 3 things so far, and there's like 10 more to do. So the prototype is really not finished at all. Right now, I do think that I could cook food which changes their effects, but I'm not too sure. Like at this point, I'm starting to be able to very simply play like some kind of game, right? Where I have to like handle the resources that I have and stuff like that. I have an inventory and everything. So yeah, don't stop. Okay, here, like as you can see, like the game is actually like not guaranteed to succeed, right? No, that's terrible. Oh, okay. Right now I'm losing a lot of food. One thing that could be good is when I lose food, instead of seeing like, oh, if I go to 0 and blah blah blah, what I could do is when you're losing some belly, the extra belly that you lose goes in the thing, right? So basically, so you can go add health, not minus delta, but belly plus delta here. Right, so it's belly before it's 0. So here I go like this. So that could be good here, right? So basically, let's say belly plus delta. So let's say the delta is minus 50. So basically it's belly minus 50. So if I have 35 belly and I'm losing 50 food, instead of just losing 50 HP, I could just say, hey, like the extra, so how hungry you are, right? So you're hungry for 15, like you're losing 50 food too much, that 15 food is going in your thing. So here, where is it? It's earlier. Day end. So just add belly minus 50 and that's it. That's much better, I think. And it should work correctly, I think. So let's try it out. And then I can start a new system. And I'm gonna stop streaming pretty soon, I guess. And so I go to sleep. Here, 0, so I did not lose health. Not yet. Here, I'm gonna lose 50 health. And here, if I eat an apple, I should lose 35 health only. Yeah. Okay. Much more balanced, I think. So basically belly is a buffer for the health, at least when it comes to like, you know, food and eating food. Okay, so that's pretty good. Currently I do have a cook button, but the cook button, it's kind of weird because it's by itself. So what I should be doing really is adding stuff before. So if I go in the campfire scene, I should be adding more elements, more UI elements here. Just like I have a drop down for eat, I should have a drop down for cook food, because I can cook fruits, because I choose what fruits I cook, right? But as well, I should have two drop downs, I guess. So I should select a fruit from a first drop down, and once I do that, it should unlock a second drop down, in which I select the fruit to cook, right? According to the other one there or something. And why am I making it really like a two-step thing is just if I have only one fruit of a certain variety, I shouldn't be able to select like the same fruit, right, twice. So yeah, it should check what fruit already exists when it's trying to create the second thing. So that's a lot of behavior just to select fruits to cook. And then how do I determine which fruit is what? I don't know. So basically what we're going to be going for next is going to be cooking fruits. Current objectives. Okay. Right now we're going to be cooking fruits, as well as, because it kind of goes with it, so create fruit object slash script be able to define for each their behavior to eating slash cooking. And eventually I could even have some fruits where if you collect it, it hurts you or something. So those are the two things that I need. I need to cook fruits, but the thing is, if I cook fruits and again I just do a switch, and I always just do a switch condition, it's kind of bad. Plus in different environments there's going to be different fruits. So I think that what I want is really, I want to have different fruits define themselves, what they do when they're being used in different ways. How do I determine synergy with other fruits? So I guess when I'm cooking, fruits will give contribution to whatever is being cooked. And what is being cooked could be like some kind of juice or stew, or yeah, some fruit stew or something. And the fruit stew could have like, it could be like some kind of struct or something and have a bunch of attributes. So it would, like a fruit would just like, how do I say this? It would just like contribute to it. Or maybe it even uses like a generic class of fruits. Each of them would be a food maybe. And then food contains like, you know, what does it do when it's being eaten as an attribute. And then fruit is like a subclass of that, which yes, does that, but also does something when it's being cooked, right? To determine how it's being like, how it contributes to what's happening. And it could check, you know, what the other fruit is and stuff like that. Or maybe it's just hard-coded, the synergies. That's a good question. How to code synergies? I don't know. Fruits, I don't know, like maybe of fruit that does something when eaten.